G'day guys, Jeremy Drake here. Now, I've been set an interesting challenge this week by the guys at We Are Explorers and New Caledonia Tourism. And my challenge is to do 4 nights and 5 days in New Caledonia on only 1,000 Australian dollars. The flights are covered by the guys over at Air Calen, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But it does include all of my accommodation, all of my food, all of the activities and travel. So we're gonna hire a car. I'm always up for a challenge, so challenge accepted. South Pacific franc is pegged to the euro because it's a French overseas territory. It became a colony in 1853, and after World War II, it officially got recognised as a French territory. So for the next 5 days, 4 nights, I'm gonna have about 74,000 of these. So let's just see how we go. Alright guys, just checked into our Air Calen flight. Like I said, it's $1,000 per person that we've got for 4 nights and 5 days, but also coming with me is Jake Casa.
Bonjour.
Say Jake. Oh, bonjour. He speaks French. He doesn't actually speak French, which would be really handy. But Jake, you can find him on at Wild Time. He's also a travel agent. We've got $1,000 per person. And first up, car hire, $229. That's the biggest hit that we're going to take on this trip, but necessary for us to get around. Night 1 in New Caledonia, and we've only given ourselves a budget of about $30 a night. So we've been able to find the Noumea hostel, which, to be honest, for $30 a night per person, it's not too bad. Let me show you around. A couple of beds. Pretty basic room, but you know what? We're going to be up early anyway for sunrise, so I'd be pretty happy with this for $30. At Moselle market this morning, breakfast about $14, which is pretty good. Now, it doesn't matter where you are in the South Pacific these days, it's pretty easy to get your hands on a stand-up paddleboard, and they're pretty cheap too. We're at Noumea Sup School, we're about to have a go ourselves, but I'm with Ralph. Ralph, how much is a stand-up paddleboard at Noumea Sup School?
It will be only 1,000 for half an hour and 1,500 Pacific franc for 1 hour.
Before I came to New Cal, I was recommended by some foodies that the way I was going to save a bit of money was to come to the supermarket casino. Apparently some of the food they've got in there is better than what they have in France. So I've given myself a budget of $60, and that's to last me for today's lunch, tomorrow's lunch, as well as some snacks for the big drive tomorrow. Looking forward to finding what they've got in there. Bonjour. Bonjour. Jake and I are up early for day 3 in New Caledonia. We're on our way to the Blue River National Park, which is about 60 kilometers or an hour and a half drive out of Noumea. It's a 9,000 hectare national park. After our supermarket run yesterday, which cost us $54 and will be for lunch today, plus dinner last night, which was $30, and then a quick pastry stop and coffee stop this morning, which was about $10. We've got a grand total of about $432 so far. We've arrived at Blue River National Park. Now, entry for you and your car is about $9 per person, so make sure you put that in your budget. We've also booked the mountain biking and kayak combo, which is $83 per person, which I know is a bit of a hit to the budget, but we do get it for 7 hours for exploring the national park. terrific day at Blue River National Park. Now we're on our way up to Bourail and to La Roche-Percé, where we're staying at a surf camp called NEKWETA for the next couple of nights. We'll show you a bit more about it when we get there. How awesome is this? Finally made it to La Roche-Percé, a sleepy little surf beach on the northwest coast. Not a single other person on it. This is absolutely incredible. Just arrived at our accommodation after a massive day 3, our beach bungalow up on the west coast. $65 per person. It's a great deal if you are sharing with someone. Let me show you what you get for 65 bucks. 2 beds, a really nice bathroom, and for only an extra 30 bucks per person, NEKWETA Surf Camp will also cook you your dinner. We're on our way out to Green Island with Manu from NEKWETA Surf Camp for about 40 Australian dollars. He'll take you out for a few hours, which also includes some snorkeling and a trip around the island. Last full day in New Caledonia, and with a bit more money left in the budget, we've decided to splash out a bit and spend $75 on a 15-minute flight over Bourail Lagoon. Lunch on day 4 at a beach shack at La Roche-Percé is about $32 with a drink. After our flight this morning and our trip out at the lagoon, we're sitting at about 846 Australian dollars. After spending quite a bit of cash today and with only about $100 left in the budget, whatever we did this afternoon had to be completely free. That's the end of day 4 for us, and we're on our way to get some takeaway pizza for dinner, which is $26. And then when we have breakfast for tomorrow morning, that's $15. So all up, we've only spent $887. All we need to get now is some petrol, and then we're on that plane. That's 4,573 franc, or about $62. At the airport, on my way home, and to be honest, on reflection, after a few days ago, I was a massive skeptic as to whether this could be done, but I'm going home with $51 change and a bucket load of memories. Despite what you might think, nothing on this trip was sponsored or paid for except for the flights. Everything fit within that $1,000 budget. If New Caledonia is not already at the top of your South Pacific bucket list, forget everything you've heard about it being too expensive. Put it there now. You're not going to be disappointed.